Um, Live. Try talking with him.
What's up?
All right, cool. I got you loud and clear.
Yeah, you're decent. It's changed
Am
a
I?
little bit. Good.
Um,
Yeah, you're good.
let's see. Oh, it switched my mic. That should be better.
There you go.
Get the
I have
threadcast.
to go to. I got to go on the Threadcast. That
Yeah.
people have gotten restless. Like, what the hell? Waiting room forever. So
Yeah.
full. I'm assuming everyone can hear us. Full disclosure. Me and Cal need to probably like jump on like before noon because sometimes we end up stumbling into real estate conversations and next thing we know it's like, oh crap, we should go live and
Right.
talk about crypto now and talk about in
Yeah.
Leo. But
Right. It
obviously
always happens.
we all know I do real estate and Cal dabbles as well. So I was giving him a master class.
Yeah. Free masterclass for me.
Right? I don't know. I'm gonna send a consulting fee.
All
Doing
right.
too
All
many
right.
too many free things now. We'll get you hooked up and rolling.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That's what referral links are for. That's how
Yep.
everyone wins.
Yeah. We speaking of referral links, that's
Good segue.
right. That's one of the main updates this week is the new LeoDex referral program, which we might as well talk about first, and then we'll kind of do this a little out of order because I'm sure everyone's restless for some Leo updates. So let's give them a little bit of Leo updates, and then we can talk about the markets because Bitcoin's been ripping. But the new referral program for LeoDex should be live by Friday. I'm pushing to do it as soon as possible, but I would say Friday is like the unofficial launch date, hopefully sooner. So I was telling Mitch the referral program that we built for this is pretty interesting. So it's it basically lets you earn 1/3 of the affiliate fee on every single swap that you refer to LeoDex. So in very simple terms, you'll go to LeoDex, you'll generate a referral link, and then if you share that referral link and anyone clicks it, when they come to LeoDex, their wallet address will be tied as a referral to you, very similar to like how a centralized exchange works. And any swaps that person then makes will be tied to your referral. So LeoDex charges a max affiliate fee of 0.45%. So it doesn't actually charge them any more than it does normally. LeoDex just takes less of an affiliate fee, and then it gives you a percentage of what LeoDex makes. So the affiliate fee is still 0.45%. And then when someone's been referred in, the affiliate fee for LeoDex becomes 0.3%. And then the other 0.15 goes to you, the person that referred the new user. So for example, if you refer in $1 million worth of swap volume, you would make $1,500 on that because that's 0.15% of 1 million. And it's a lifetime referral. So once you've referred someone in, that person is forever tied to you as a referral. So if they make $10 million worth of swaps over the course of say 5 years, you would make $15,000 from that one referral. So I think referrals have been really successful in a lot of different industries. Like Mitch and I were just talking about it in real estate, especially when there's money involved. I think referrals can be extremely valuable because you obviously have a big transaction going through, and then essentially just a percentage of that transaction can go to the person who did the referral. So you compare this to something like the InLeo referrals, and with InLeo referrals, we also had a lot of issues with bots. So people have created a lot of bot accounts, and then they try to game the referral system. With LeoDex, we don't care if you refer 1,000 bots. We don't care. There's no bot prevention system with the LeoDex referral system because it's literally just based on trading volume. So you can't game the system in terms of trading volume because in order to get referral fees, the person actually has to make trades. So even if you refer yourself, for example, which I know a lot of people do this. I do this with all centralized exchanges. Is I refer myself on a separate account. So then I get a percentage of the trading fees on my other account to my main account. And I know that pretty much everybody does this with centralized exchange referral programs. I'm expecting a lot of people will do this with the LeoDex referral system, but we don't actually care because it generates trading volume either way. So who cares if you refer yourself, if you refer, 10 trading bots, we don't care, because every referral, in order to get any payout, has to generate trading volume, which means that it generates affiliate revenue for LeoDex, and the referral rewards come from that affiliate revenue. So it's kind of like the only way to actually get anything from the referral system is to actually create that volume, and the volume creates value for LeoDex no matter what. iJat said, what about bots trading between themselves to farm Leo rewards? So the referral, the what you earn, so with the referral program, and I've shared some screenshots. I've shared some screenshots of the the top of the page for the referral program, but you'll see that it has the Rune logo, the Cacao logo, and the USDC logo. So if you refer someone in and they make a swap on Thorchain, the affiliate fee is paid out in Rune. So you actually earn Rune for that. If you refer someone and they make a swap on Maya, the affiliate fee is paid out in Cacao, so you get Cacao for that. If you refer someone and they make a swap on Chainflip, the affiliate fee is paid out in USDC, so you earn USDC. So, and by the way, like if you refer someone and they make a swap on all three of those, you just earn for each different swap. You earn each different currency. So I can share another screenshot, kind of showing what that looks like. Let's see here. Let me share. So, for example, this is what it might look like, and I just dropped a screenshot in the Threadcast. So, if I refer, and in this screenshot you'll see it, but if I refer someone who, like, let's just say total aggregate, it says I have 71 referrals, and between those I've referred like $1 million in volume. Let's just say there's some breakdown of that swapped on Thorchain, on Maya, and on Chainflip. So you can see that I have pending earnings in Rune, Cacao, and USDC. And then there is no claim button. So that's another difference between LeoDex's referral system and InLeo's, is there's no claim button. It gets automatically distributed to you twice a month. So on the 1st and 15th of every month, whatever pending referral rewards you have get automatically sent to you by the LeoDex referral system. And then below that, you'll see, actually not in the screenshot I shared, but below that, you can see your referral history, and it just shows all the addresses that you've referred, and the breakdown of their corresponding volume. So it's really interesting because it's, it doesn't actually require you to, it doesn't matter if it's bots. We don't have any filtering system of any kind on this referral system, because it's very much if you get the sale, you get the referral reward, if that makes sense. So there's no, the only prerequisite is that the person actually does a swap, and then you just get a percentage of that swap. Yeah, Brando, I just answered that. How long does it take to receive the referral rewards after claiming? So there's no claiming. It just, whatever's pending gets paid out to you on the 1st and 15th. So if let's just say today's, the 22nd, let's say you referred in 5 users using your referral link, and they made some swaps between now and April 29th. Then on May 1st, you would get your first referral payout, which would be all the swap, the percentage of the affiliate fee from all the swap volume that happened between the 22nd and 29th. Andersino said, if I refer someone to InLeo and he starts using LeoDex, does that count? As long as they click your LeoDex referral link, it will count. So the referrals don't cross over between InLeo and LeoDex. That being said, you can obviously just share the same. You can share an InLeo referral link with someone, and then you can also share a LeoDex referral link with someone. LeoDex's referrals are just going to be a lot more predictable for you guys, especially. So, we obviously with InLeo, we have to have a lot of filtering because people just create bot accounts to try to bot the referral system. So we have a lot of filtering on InLeo, but with LeoDex, like I said, we don't care if they're a bot, if it's yourself, or anything. We just don't care. It's all based on volume. iJats asked a good question regarding LeoDex's current daily transactions. Is there a dashboard to get stats, or do we plan to build one? So on the launch party stream, I shared some of the dashboards. I'll share the X scanner link. So I just dropped a link in the Threadcast. That link will show you the daily and yesterday and 7-day volume for LeoDex and all the transaction history for Thorchain and Maya. And then if you want to see the chain flip one, you can go to the chain flip site. But long story short, we are building a dashboard for tracking the affiliate revenue of LeoDex and all the buybacks that happen of the Leo token. So, 100% of the LeoDex affiliate revenue buys the Leo token. So we will have a dashboard live soon that will showcase each individual buyback as they happen. Winanda, the referral system on LeoDex is different from InLeo's. Yep, they're very different, and like I said, there's some key changes, especially because with LeoDex it's just all about volume. iJet said you do the LeoDex landing page contest. Yeah, I got some good responses both on InLeo and X for that, so I think I'll put up a post, and if anyone wants to submit designs for the landing page, we are going to build a LeoDex landing page to explain, what LeoDex is, what we plan to do in the future, and all that good stuff. Ben said, "Will the fees ever increase drastically?" I don't think so. I think the fees will likely stay at 0.45%. I don't see any reason to change them. We're cheaper than pretty much every other Thorchain UI, with the exception of maybe one, we've got some of the cheapest fees. A lot of these other UIs, are charging insane fees. Like Ledger, for example, is charging 1.7%. So more than triple the fee that we charge. And that being said, they still get a ton of volume. So, I think our fees are pretty well set. We're well below the market rate in terms of fees. And then we're going to have ways where you can actually lower your fees. So the referral system obviously being one. And then if you stake Leo, you'll get lower fees over time. So we'll do some cool stuff regarding that. I saw a bunch of you guys playing with the Ask Rafiki bot. So that newly launched as of yesterday is an AI on InLeo, an AI agent. And if you use the hashtag #AskLeo, you can ask it any questions, either about Leo or about anything else, and it'll reply to you on Threads with the answer. So we've got some cool updates coming for that as well. So this is kind of like the most basic version. So definitely use it and just ask it random questions. It's trained on, general data. It's also trained on the docs for InLeo and for LeoDex. So as we update those as well, it'll learn. And then we're adding some extra features so that admins can actually train it. So if it doesn't know the proper answer to something, an admin can correct it and give it better information. And the admins are going to be, myself, and then, a handful of other people. You don't want to add too many people to be admins. So yeah, it'll continue to get better and better. Ahmad Manga said, are the fees 0.45% or 4.5%? I hear it differently every time. They're 0.45%, so 45 basis points. So for example, on a on $1 million swap, it would be $4,500. And then on $100,000 swap would be $450, for example. And $1,000 swap would be $4.50. So 0.45%.
Find your local whale.
Find your local whale. I mean, it's going to be crazy to see. What I hope happens is that there's some people out there who use the referral system and just make bank on it. One thing I've been looking at is the aggregate earnings of interfaces on ThorChain is pretty insane. Like, for example, today, and we're just taking one day, there's been Trust Wallet made $16,000 in affiliate earnings. Thor Wallet made $9,000. AsgardX made $4,500. BitGet made $2,000, and ThorSwap made $5,000. So that is what 7, 11, 20, nearly $40,000 amongst just the top 4 UIs on ThorChain. That's their earnings just today, is $40,000. What you don't see is users. There's no users that are earning any of this affiliate revenue. So one thing that I think Leo is really, really great with is that our whole goal is to give back to the users, to empower the users and to give them ownership. So what I want to see happen is that through our affiliate, referral program, there's now users that can earn thousands of dollars a day. It's not just the interfaces, especially these really large interfaces, that earn the lion's share of affiliate revenue. So my kind of working tagline for this is that our goal with the referral program on LeoDex is to give the lion's share of affiliate revenue back to the user base of ThorChain, Maya, and Chainflip. Pun intended.
I just want to see volume, so we get the flywheel effect of more liquidity and all that goodness.
Yeah, I think it's really.
I want the built-in Fed to start doing its work and being the invisible hand that just creates demand and pushes things.
Yeah, I mean, it's to have that infinite, essentially the constant buyer of Leo is what the vision is here. Is these other UIs are making, like I said, $40,000 a day amongst the top 5. If LeoDex can capture some material percentage of that, 100% of our affiliate revenue is buying Leo. So it gives us a really unique position in the market.
Can't wait. I saw someone asked a question about the I already forgot. My brain already went to mush. What's it called again? Oh, Anderson Ho asked about the Ask Leo. Is it okay to spam Ask Leo, or does it cost you guys much?
No, it's okay to spam it. Actually, one of the big reasons for building it is that it trains Leo AI. So we really need more data on threads and on the Hive blockchain. So that was a big reason for building it, is that when it intelligently is asking and answering questions, and you guys are interacting with it, that's actually training data for Leo AI, which we still need more of.
So the answer is do it.
Do it. Do it all.
Do it now. Forgive me if I botched the name. Lucial asked, talking about buybacks, what happened with the page view analytics?
Yeah, We don't really use them anymore. They were slowing down the site a lot, to be honest. I thought about adding them back, which is why we never removed the icon. But yeah, it's just slowing down the InLeo UI. Winanda, I just posted the token image link again that I had in the original Threadcast. If you wanted, I just used ChatGPT to 3Dify the InLeo logo. Andersino, does Ask Rafiki help train Leo AI? Yes, it does. So Leo AI trains on any data posted on the Hive blockchain, which obviously includes threads. So yeah, everything posted on InLeo gets fed to Leo AI. And while we're on the topic of LeoDex, I keep saying this public service announcement, but we really need more of it because there hasn't been a whole lot. We need more people testing LeoDex. So, we talk about the flywheel. We talk about getting volume for LeoDex. One of the lead dominoes for that is getting more feedback on LeoDex, bug feedback and feature requests. Really any feedback of any kind. So we need more of you guys out there using LeoDex, even if you swap $10 or $15 or whatever it is. The more feedback we can get, the better LeoDex will become. And the better LeoDex becomes, the more volume we'll get. And the more volume we get, the more affiliate revenue that we earn. And 100% of the affiliate revenue buys Leo. So if you guys want Leo to go up, it's going to require everyone getting involved and getting active on LeoDex.
Find your coin that you need to swap.
Yep.
The cat is on the hunt for his. There's got to be at least one coin I transact in that I could be swapping on LeoDex.
Yeah, well, we have with the new integrations, we have hundreds of tokens now. So the amount of assets on LeoDex is way more than before. We actually just pushed an update a few days ago that added token pages. So now you can go to, I'll drop a link, but you can go to pages like this and you'll see, I'll drop a screenshot too. You can see the tokenomics of a token. You can see the historical price for the last, anything from 1 day to 1 year. It gives you a chart of the price. And then we're working right now to add a swap module to that page. But obviously you can just click the swap button and then it'll let you swap too. But yeah, I just dropped that link in there in the Threadcast so you can see the swapping page. D-Kid said ran some swaps yesterday. It was smooth. That's good to hear. Yeah, Andersino said just use LeoDex once, but it was smooth. Yeah, I mean, we've done as a team, we've done a ton of testing, and I've invited a few people to privately test. So we just need a lot more testing feedback. So keep the feedback coming, and you can use Threads or Discord to share the feedback. So use either one and just share as much feedback as you can.
All right, so I'm on LeoDex right now, poking around. And granted, I didn't connect the wallet, but I just, hit obviously the drop down to see like what coins, excuse me. And, obviously you select your chain and then it'll show you the coins available. So I was just able to select BTCB on Binance chain as the from, and then 2 Ethereum USDT. Is that actually a thing? Or is that just letting me select whatever I want because I'm not connected? Like, obviously, I'd have to be connected to the right wallets. Like, my MetaMask wallet would have to be connected.
Yeah. So you have to enter an amount in. So if you enter like 1 in the BTCB part, it'll show you that there's no available routes for that.
Okay. So I got
there has to be an available route. So,
shaking fist.
And then if you connect a wallet, it will sort your balances. It'll sort the assets by how much you have of each one. So that just adds a lot of usability, because obviously, you don't necessarily need to see a bunch of assets you don't own. So it definitely makes it easier. And a little hack too. Yeah. A little hack too is that you can actually type by chain to make it easier. So like if you want to find ETH, if you want to find USDT on ETH, for example, if you just type USDT, it's going to show you, USDT on Arbitrum, Avalanche, Binance, and all the other chains that we have it available on. If you want a little hack, you can type ETH.USDT, and then it'll show you Ethereum USDT. So little usability hack with that.
Yeah, it makes it way easier. I just typed in USDT and it shows like all the different chains.
Yeah. So.
Well, that is good to know.
Yep. But yeah, BTCB. Where is BTCB? That's on Thorchain, I think.
Let's find out. I'll just use the little hack. I think it's only. No, I think it's
on BSC. I don't know if BTCB is on anything. I don't think it's
no,
on
it's
anything.
not. No, it shows up just on the Binance, but it's blocked out because it's not available.
Yeah. So as we add more aggregators, I think you'll be able to trade BTCB. But right now, that's not something you can actually trade because it's not on Thorchain, Maya, or Chainflip.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, for me personally, Binance Smart Chain USDT is what I'll be looking to swap out of as Bitcoin goes up and I end up with more USDT from the liquidity pools.
Yeah. Well, and just so you know, you can trade USDT, so BSC USDT on LeoDex. So I'll share if you put it in, if you put USDT and BTC or something like that in there, you'll see it.
Well, yeah, you just I can see USDT for it looks like it's got everything but Binance Smart Chain.
For USDT?
For USDT.
Oh, it's on there.
But it's giving me a no smoking circle.
What is the other asset that you have in there?
Oh, that's why. Let me just clear that out.
Yeah, put like Bitcoin or Ethereum or something is listed on Thorchain.
Yep. Nope, that makes sense. I forgot about the second part. No, I did regular. Wait, is this regular Bitcoin?
You can type BTC.BTC and then it'll give you regular Bitcoin just to make sure.
No, that's Bitcoin. No, it's still got the Binance USDT grayed out compared to the others.
Grayed out. Do you already have it selected in one? The Binance USDT?
No, I mean, here, let me go completely away from it. I got Bitcoin. Oh, that's weird. Why would it? Oh, because it's already selected there. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, let's see if it works now. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh, that's weird. Okay, yeah. That was weird. I didn't have it selected, but I sort of did because I had put it originally. So when I go to switch, so yeah, that makes sense why it was giving me the little no smoking sign because it was in theory already selected.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. So you can go from Binance Chain USDC to native Bitcoin.
Yep.
And
it'll route you through that one. I think is Thorchain.
That's awesome.
So did you put any amount in there, like 10,000 or something?
No, I didn't. I just was seeing it.
So put an amount in there, and then you'll see the route populate on the right.
Oh yeah, there you go. Look at that. Thorchain. Oh, and then there's a Rango option also.
Yeah. So we also have Rango.
Best price is Thorchain though.
Yeah.
Faster as well. I just threw in like $100 just to see what the routes would show, and then fees are what is that? $1.80. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's fixed fees and variable fees. So I think if you do $100, it's probably like 1.8%.
Yeah.
But if you did
The more
1,000, it would be 0.9%. So
Yep. Yeah, I just brought it up. I did 1,000, and it's just $7.50, which is 0.9%.
Yep.
Let's see if this changes. Yeah, so that 0.9 shows with yeah, and then the bigger you go, the smaller it gets percentage wise. Because you go to 4,000 and then it's 0.8 and so on and so forth. At least so far.
Ahmad Mang is asking about routes. The routes are controlled by the protocols. So if you want, when it comes to getting certain routes, it's not up to us. We're just an interface for the routes that are on the protocols. So I know that I'm pretty sure USDC base.USDC is available. Yeah.
Base
So you can
Polygon.
trade base.USDC, but not specifically for Polygon because it's just not a route.
I just saw the word recurring and my eyes opened. That's the type of business you want. And people that have to do regular transactions. That's where the sauce is made.
Yep.
Oh, Brando just said this Sui. What?
Sui chain.
Sui's under there? Nice. Sui's the only new alt that I've added to my portfolio in the last year or so. I'm actually in the red on it right now, but I'll be in the green if we get another day of pumping. I got a nice little bag, nothing crazy. Yes, I've decided my rune bag I've held long enough, and I'm good with how much is there. So Sui became the additional play instead of more rune. Although I tried doing more rune on the feuds, but got wrecked. But that's the problem with feuds. There's liquidation prices.
Yeah. That's how that goes.
Bitcoin has been going sideways since we got on the call, but obviously it ripped yesterday and so far today, pushing up to where are we at? We got up to 91. So 92 is going to be, which I guess I'll use that to transition into general crypto. 92 is a big level. And that ranged really from, even where we are right now, high 90,000 to, 92 and change. Because obviously nothing's clean. You get all wicks and whatnot, intraday lows and stuff on reversals. But yeah, there was a lot of price action at 92 before it broke. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, especially considering right now price, even though we haven't gotten a big move, we're still overbought based on the technical indicators. So it'll be interesting to see how much further this move goes and then what happens to work off that overbought scenario, which could just mean going sideways before it legs up again. But yeah, so it's good that Bitcoin kind of broke out of the downtrend it's been in since literally since it created that all-time high. It's basically been in a descending channel. So it broke out of that. So that's good. And on a little bit of an increase of volume. So that's also good. So from a technical price perspective, Bitcoin's looking positive. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely overbought on the technicals right now. So we'll see how that burns off in the next couple weeks. But yeah, 92 area is the next big upside battle. So we'll see. I'd love to see it get above 92 and then, at that point, maybe work off that overbought condition and just, turn 92 back into a good support level. And then ideally it'd be in a position to make a run at all-time highs again. So I know, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. I posted about it, which I didn't realize I hadn't written a post in 4 weeks. It's man, that is wild. I don't know how I used to post every day. I posted every day for 5 straight years. And now I'm struggling to do one post a week. I don't know what I was doing, how I had that time, or I guess I just had more energy.
I
So
think it's like a routine and an inspiration thing. Like,
I
once you're
must have
kind of
run
in
out.
that routine.
Yeah, I think the routine got broken, and or I ran out of inspiration. We'll probably lean towards the latter. I mean, what am I talking about? The Hive community is so supportive. So I it would be interesting to see if we can get it back above 92. Because so what I was going to allude to is the M2 money supply. So I can't remember if I mentioned it last week, but I know I posted about it the other day. A lot of like the crypto normies I know that follow more the bigger economic picture in terms of what moves Bitcoin, and talk a lot about like the decoupling from the stock market, which we're starting to see right now. I mean, stock market's been down and crypto hasn't. Especially Bitcoin when I say crypto. But the M2 money supply, globally, soared over the last few months, and Bitcoin historically has lagged the overall money supply. I think by 13 weeks or something like that. So based on that chart, if Bitcoin was to kind of stay somewhat in tune with M2 money supply, it was bullish for Bitcoin, and I guess we're seeing that finally today and yesterday. So pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And obviously, net positive, and I don't know. Maybe we'll finally start getting a little more flight to safety into Bitcoin. I know gold's still, getting its love as a flight to safety because gold's at all-time highs. So,
Yeah.
you
Gold
know,
has just been ripping.
yeah, because I mean, all the uncertainty, and especially with all, the tariffs and all this, global economic uncertainty, people are flying to, that quote unquote safe investment. So you got to remember, we still have, basically at a minimum, anyone that's a baby boomer or older, like their default setting is to buy gold when they need a flight to safety. And that's still a huge concentration of wealth, at least here in the States. I'm sure it actually to an extent in other countries as well, that age bracket. So it makes sense because, people that are, 60 years and older, yeah, they're buying a little bit of Bitcoin, but that's not their go-to, But if you're talking
Right.
about, a 25-year-old, they're definitely buying Bitcoin. But the difference is a 25-year-old is not worried about flight to safety as much. So this is another reason why I believe in Bitcoin long term, because, and granted, I don't want to wait that long because shit, I'm about to turn 47, but, 10, 15, 20 years from now, that 25-year-old, is going to be 35, 40, 45. And when they're looking to diversify and do that flight to safety, in my opinion, they're buying Bitcoin, right? I don't think they're buying physical gold.
Right.
The hell does a 25-year-old want to do with physical gold? That's so, what is that? That's so 20th century.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I mean, I know a lot of people that would much rather own Bitcoin than gold.
Yeah. So, and at the end of the day, my outlook on Bitcoin is I don't have enough, and why the hell didn't I buy more? Which I'm even saying as of Sunday morning, because when it was at 80, 85, like bouncing around 84, 85, I was just like, man, I'm like, it's fighting this channel. I'm like, if it breaks out, I'm gonna be mad at it and buy more. But if it
Yeah.
doesn't break out, I'm gonna be pissed that it's gonna go back down basically to like 75. So didn't I nibbled. I bought a little, but I also put it into the yield pool. So it's being sold off as we speak as Bitcoin goes up.
Yeah. At
But
least you're earning
anyway,
swap fees.
yep, earning some
A little bit.
yield.
What do you think
But
about
yeah, so that's my
last
outlook.
topic? Yeah, last topic before we jump out of here. What do you think about Rune and the Rune price? And Thorchain's got the upcoming TCY release, and obviously now we've got LeoDex that's intricately connected to Thorchain. Having Thorchain as a route provider.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you have probably a more broad view and opinion on all this, but I guess it looks like as far as price, that Rune found a floor at $1. So I guess that was a buying opportunity potentially. Then again, you never know what's going to happen. And then, yeah, the whole TCY thing. It looks like it's going to be. I don't want to say a net positive, because really, the whole only reason it's going to exist is to solve, a big issue. But if it essentially does that, I think you see Thorchain get, past a big hurdle that will allow it to have positive growth, positive sentiment, and then, in turn, have positive price action.
Right.
So, it's interesting. And yeah, the TCY token is probably something that I'm leaning towards jumping in, taking a little gamble on it. So worst case, you just earn yield. So yeah, but I know you definitely have opinions and whatnot in regards to it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's I think it's obviously a really good thing in terms of the ecosystem and bringing things back to where they should be. It's been a difficult time for Thorchain, kind of going through this. But once all that debt is cleared out, I think a lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting to re-enter. But there's not a lot of sellers. So with the drawdown of crypto, Rune kind of bottomed out at $1 and really wouldn't go below it. So it's it's pretty interesting, at least to see it kind of come out of this really hard place and hopefully return to glory. I think it will. So I'm obviously sitting in Rune and very heavily leaned in terms of my portfolio on Rune. So I got a lot riding on it turning everything around, and I think I think it'll turn around. I think everything will we'll look back on this and see that Thorchain is very resilient and was able to survive what would have killed most other protocols. And
that is not wrong. I mean, there was definitely a moment where it seemed like it might be the end of Thorchain. It got a little hairy there for a hot minute, but
yeah,
it does look like that the storm has been weathered, and all will be okay. So only time will tell, but it's definitely looking it's pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. I think everything will turn out, Rune. I think Rune will become a lot better because of all of this in the long run, but obviously a lot of short-term pain.
Oh, wow. We got some questions coming through the restream. That's pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I just noticed that. It's like technically they're coming through YouTube, but Restream sends them. So I'm used to, because I don't load the YouTube anymore. I used to, because there used to be questions coming through there. So that's cool.
No, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, we'll wrap and then answering a couple questions. So Lord Sardi asked, is there any investments which don't require large capital to invest? I mean, the answer is all of them. Like, that's the beauty of crypto, right? You can buy a fraction of Bitcoin if you want. You can buy, a handful of Leo. You can, buy whatever, some Rune, some Sui tokens, whatever it is you want, That's what's cool about crypto. And, everyone starts small. So at the end of the day, it's just like, let time do its thing. All I would say is, regardless of what amount someone's investing, just invest in projects and coins you believe in. And if it works out, great. If not, I mean, you're not always going to be right. And, only invest what you can afford to, not have access to, so to speak, because, you want to hold an investment to let it do its thing. But These are just my personal viewpoints, not financial advice.
Yep.
So, Lord asked, is it worth investing in Bitcoin right now? This is funny because like my crypto normies, we had this conversation, and I said, and the running joke was like, basically the answer is always yes, but everything's just time frame. So like, I told these guys what my rule was, specifically when it came to like normies. I'm like, anyone that asked me about Bitcoin, like asked me to help them, like, buy Bitcoins, they don't know how to do it. I'm like, yes, under one condition: you buy it, and then you don't look at it for another 3 years or ask me about it for another 3 years. Because no matter when you buy, even if you buy the freaking top, generally, if you haven't looked at it for 3 years, like, you were okay. Like, that's the worst case scenario generally. Like, it's pretty much been like every time. So doesn't guarantee it's going to happen again, but for the most part, yeah. Is it a good time to buy Bitcoin? I don't know. It depends on your time frame. If you're willing to hold for at least 3 years, then yeah, it's probably a decent time. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, shit, we could rip to all-time highs from here, or something crazy could happen and we could revisit 63K. Like, shit. I was hoping we were going to revisit 63K. I had buy orders down to 72, 68.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's my opinion only on all that. So yeah, all right. Well, we're half hour past. You got any parting words before we cut it? I gotta make some moves here. I got phone calls to return.
Yeah, I think PSA again. Go use LeoDex. It's very important to get feedback.
Go break it.
And like I said, yeah, go break it. Give us feedback on everything. It's very important to get all that feedback so that we can get some volume coming in. So yeah, go use it heavily. Test all the things and give us feedback. And doing that will lead to us getting more volume, because then it'll be ready for when a whale comes in and says, hey, I want to use LeoDex to do all my swaps. And we want to make sure that they have a good experience when they come in. And then other than that, tomorrow we've got Alex joining us, or Alux, from the Maya protocol. And we'll be talking about TCY on the Chain Chatter podcast. So that's at noon Eastern tomorrow. Probably going to be a really big show. There's already a lot of people that have set reminders for the space. Obviously very big and heavy in the Thorchain community. And a lot of people want more information on TCY and what they think it's going to become. Alux is obviously spearheading all of that. So he'll have plenty to talk about. I've already got a bunch of questions lined up, and we'll deep dive into everything TCY to make sure that, it's just, we get all the information out there. Again, another great way to promote LeoDex is to be a firmament in the ecosystem for cross-chain. So one of the ways we're doing that is with the Chain Chatter podcast and spreading as much good information as we can. So join up on that. Ask good questions. There will be a threadcast too. So maybe read up on TCY as much as you can so that you're informed and can ask good questions during the show. And other than that, thanks, Mitch, for joining me. Thanks for everybody for coming. I saw we hit 500 comments on the threadcast, so that's great to see as well.
Nice. Apologies for the late start. And we see you on the next one. I should be good for next week. And then the following week, I will be traveling for real estate stuff.
Cool. Sounds good. We will see you next week then. Set your reminders for tomorrow.
That's right, 12 o'clock. That should be a good one. I'm going to definitely try and listen in.
Yep, it'll be a good one.